Welcome to Fantasy Legends. My name's Scott, and today we're going to be discussing one of Final Fantasy VI's ensemble cast, Gogo. Before we get into it, please remember to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now let's get on with the video. Gogo is one of the more secretive characters in the game, other than Shadow, of course, who is also, we don't know much about his history. Gogo is very similar in that respect. In fact, the game describes him as a man shrouded in strange clothing, or perhaps a woman, or perhaps not even human at all. And this really does go to the base of Gogo's character, as his major skill is mime, in which he can mimic the actions of other party members. Where you meet Gogo is Triangle Island. The returners were swallowed by a large worm called the Zone Eater. And in the Zone Eater's belly, there is actually a large cave that you find. And in this cave, you find Gogo. Before he offers his services to you, he asks you why, what are you doing here? And the party basically tell him that they're on a quest to beat Kefka and save the world. After the party explain this, Gogo decides to join them and mimic with them to save the world. Now, if I'm honest with you, I'm a bit disappointed in this introduction of this character. And to be honest, things don't change with him either. We really don't learn much else about him in the game. However, from what I've learned, the original intention of Gogo was to be found in any pub in the world of Ruin, disguised as one of the player characters, not in the player's active party. Gogo would randomly go through all the towns based on a timer. If the player managed to speak to them with the real character they were described as, Gogo would reveal himself. And this actually is much more interesting than what we actually got in the game. I'm not too sure if you agree with me. Let me know in the comments down below, but I would have much rather this introduction than the one we've got. The reason they gave for taking out this quest was due to the difficulty of it. However, like I said, I would have preferred it to be in the game still, as I just think it makes the character much more interesting. As the mime of the team, Gogo can copy any action of all the other playable characters in the game. So in battle, he can copy most of the special abilities and the attacks used by party members. However, even though he copies the abilities and attacks of the players, he still keeps his original stats. This, for me, I think was a mistake on the developer's part, as it would have been much more better for him to copy the stats of the characters he was attacking with, as currently the way that the game works is his stats are like middling. They're not even one of the best in the game, so it just makes the attacks a former, a shell of the actual original. Unfortunately, that made Mimic not one of the main characters that people would actually use in their party, other than if they wanted the special ability to be doubled at some point. However, it would have been really nice, like I say, for the developers to keep the stats the same as the original party member would have been when using that attack. Now, this would probably happen in a later game. However, probably due to the capabilities of the systems at the time, this was probably not implemented. Now, the director of Final Fantasy VI, Katase, has spoken about Gogo in the past, saying that he doesn't have any secret identity nor a backstory and only exists for the player to select to use in battle. And I actually think that's a real shame, considering, he's a mime and they could have done a lot of things with that. So I personally think that his character is a very big missed opportunity in Final Fantasy VI. Now, Final Fantasy VI does a lot of things amazingly. Unfortunately for me, Gogo isn't one of them. So there you have it, that's Gogo. Now, if you guys know any more information than me, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to learn more about Gogo if there's more to learn, as far as I can find out. And from playing the games myself, I couldn't find anything else out. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for listening.